Hello everyone and welcome to episode 50 of the TEW 2020 UJPW series here on the channel, the Big 5-0, as we have done it. Man, that's actually a really cool accomplishment to really, when you kind of put it in perspective as far as from starting from, was August of 92 and being all the way here in July of 97, almost, at the, as far as the anniversary date of when we started. But 50 episodes, that is quite a milestone, especially for a series like this, when you're running a lot of shows. It is nice to see. But this Summer Action Series show is very, very important as far as there is going to be some major changes throughout this tour. A lot of storyline development that I'm super excited to see as far as how it unfolds. A lot of seeds being planted, if you will, of this show, which is rare that we get to see that. I know we kind of rarely have to do stories in this series, mainly because, as far as Japanese press, kind of more treated like a sport. But sometimes, obviously it's kind of more like a New Japan thing more than an All Japan thing. They will, as far as having some stories involved. And I think it's a perfect time to do that. It's been a while since we've really had full-on stories being told. Or I think it'd be great to do it now, as far as, from that perspective, just as far as from a fresh standpoint, and also I just think it's a cool idea once you kind of see it all unfold. So yeah, we'll obviously talk about that once it happens. But for this Summer Action Series tour, we got it pretty much all pre-booked. We're gonna have some Young Lions debut during the tour, and I waited to see once they get signed up and where we're gonna put them at, because it's gonna be at the end of the tour is when they'll probably be signed. So that's probably when we'll see them. But for the tour itself, the final show, it is looking like this, as the main event, Stan Hansen versus Kaiji Muto for both the UJPW Grand Heavyweight title and the All Asia Heavyweight title. Both belts on the line. That should be a fun match, though. Obviously, Stan Hansen beat Kaiji Muto during the Champion Carnival, so that's why this match is taking place. And there's also, some big tour matches as well happening on this tour. It's going to be an 8-show tour. So it's going to be a little bit on the smaller side of things than what we usually do. So it's going to be a little more compact with some big-time matches and big-time moments. The first one, though, Night 1, Kenta Kobashi, Mitsuha Masawa versus Gladiator Titans. First of all, Kobashi and Masawa teaming up again rules. Second of all, that's going to be a pretty big match, as you probably can tell later on at some Action Series show. They are colliding. That's the night where the Gladiator Titans will explode. And I think it's going to be a fun little angle there. As a junior heavyweight title matchup, Chris Jericho versus the Great Sasuke on night 2. Mainly this match felt like it didn't need a major show. And second of all, obviously, since Jericho beat the Great Sasuke, even though it was due to the returning Chris Candido interference, still, I mean, he still beat him, as far as, so technically he does deserve a title match. So we're going to have that on night 2. Night 4, Blonde Squad versus the Three Musketeers, Satoru Sayama and Kazuyo Yamasaki. I don't know why I always say Kazuyo instead, but I always fuck that up. But night 4, that's a big-ass 10-man. And, as far as for the Blonde Squad goes, that's basically going to be everybody. So that's going to be Hansen, Spivey, Ace, Candido, Jericho. I'm excited to see that matchup, though. Big-ass 10-man tag. Very much Japanese press at its finest there as far as for the tour show. Should be a lot of fun. Then the American Von's Connection, the former Grand Heavyweight Champion, Dr. Dusty Williams, and obviously Terry Gordy, taking on Kenta Kobashi and Mitsuha Masawa. It's a big-time matchup there. As, as far as Kobashi and Masawa, this is for a number 1 contendership matchup, is what this is. A future number 1 contendership matchup, because obviously KM Express, they are locked in for their title matchup at the Summer Action Series show. So this is basically happening at either the Best Super Junior Finals or at the October Giant Series, I believe. Oh, no, Summer Action Series 2, actually, would be, the tour after the Best Super Juniors. But it'd be close. It'd be, as far as it could go either way. We might even push it back to the October Giant Series, depending on what happens. But, that's going to be a fun matchup there. Then Stan Hansen and the British Combat Club taking on Kaiji Muto and the Headhunters for Night 7. As you see there, All Asia Tag Team title matchup, the Headhunters versus the British Combat Club's taking place on the Summer Action Series final show. So, we're making 2 matches into 1. That's just kind of the thing I love doing. So, that's why that match is taking place. But also, obviously the Hayabusa Great Sasuke matchup is taking place for the Junior Heavyweight title because Hayabusa won the J Cup in our previous episode. Which, what a fun J Cup that was. That was nice to see everybody like that, because that was a big ass. Obviously, those J Cups are always a big ass tournament, but that was a really good show. I felt like we did something a little different, and I think it paid off pretty well. Then we have on the undercard a big ass 8-man tag, junior 8-man tag to be specific, as El Samurai, Jushin Liger, Super Astro, and Ultimo Dragon teaming up to take on Brad Armstrong, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, and Wild Pegasus. First of all, that's a crazy ass 8-man tag, because that's 8 of the best juniors we have, and that's going to be a banger for sure. Absolutely. So since we're having Stan Hansen and Kaiji Muto main event, of course we're gonna have an undercard match where it's Masahiro Chono and Shinya Shimoto taking on Dan Spivey and Johnny Ace. Should be a fun match. Should be a fun match there. Then the former Gladiator, Michael Awesome, taking on Big Titan. I wanted this to be a hardcore matchup or a tables matchup, but it was gonna be as far as the crowd was gonna hate it, so it's like, fuck it. It's gonna be a singles matchup. But yeah, that's gonna rule. I think it's going to be great to see those guys colliding, and I think, we'll talk about why they're colliding and whatnot as far as once night 1 runs its course, but I think it will make sense from kind of the person's perspective on why they have done what they've done. Too Cold Scorpio and Jinsei Shinzaki opening up the show, since we're doing Hayabusa and the Great Sasuke. Just makes sense to have that be on the undercard as well. And a nice little singles matchup on the undercard. We rarely get to see that for these Summer Action Series shows, but, as far as I think both make sense, and I think it's going to be a fun show, for sure. I think top to bottom, it's really not a bad match. There's matches that might not be the best, like Too Cold Scorpio and Jinsei Shinzaki, but I think they'll still pull on a good little performance, a decent little performance at least. It's not going to be bad. It'd be pretty bad if we had a bad show on a major show like this after, the 5 years of booking, but, you never know. Sometimes I like throwing Giant Baba out there, or somebody even worse than Giant Baba out there, if that's even possible. But, yeah, I think that's going to be a fun show, for sure. I think that's going to be a big-time main event, too, and, yeah, I'm excited to see how that all plays out, but without further ado, let's get on to night 1, major show. As, we will probably not run Kanto. Yes, we'll be back. Wow, I mean, it's crazy going from the New Japan series, where everything's kind of in the shitter as far as economy and wrestling industry-wise, to here, where we are just, we could sell out the Nagata Sen Gymnasium. Well, it'd be pretty close. It'd be about 8 shy of a sellout. But yeah, the main event will be, I feel like it's gotta be this. It's gotta be, right? Well, I don't know. The Blonde Squad 3 Musketeers would make a lot of sense to be the main event, though, too. Stan Hansen, Dan Spivey, Johnny Ace against the 3 Musketeers, as the Musketeers will win. Hashimoto's going to beat Johnny Ace there in 20 minutes. But yes, this Misawa Kobashi matchup, Gladiator Titans losing to Kenta Kobashi, and Mitsuha Misawa Kobashi is going to make sure he beats Big Titan here. And afterwards, yeah, he's distraught, as far as he is just kind of got his head held down, just kind of looking down at Big Titan after the match. And Mike Awesome snaps. We get an awesome bomb from the Gladiator on the Big Titan afterwards, and he heads to the back, and the camera follows him all the way through, and he's just going on a tirade. Just being like, for 5 fucking years, this guy has been my partner. And what do I have to show for it? Not a single piece of gold for 5 years. And seeing Misawa and Kobashi in that ring again, we faced them on our first tag league, and just seeing everything unfold, it reminded me of how little progress we have made for 5 years. And I can't do it anymore. I'm tired of having that piece of shit drag me down. And he grabs like a wet wipe, wipes off the makeup, and says, the Gladiator's dead. I don't need to be the Gladiator. I'm Mike fucking Awesome. And I'm going straight to the top. He's not bringing me down anymore. So just a little fiery promo from Mike Awesome there, and I don't think the Gladiator run has been terrible, but it definitely needs a spark, and I think that's the spark to help it out a little bit, and maybe a gimmick, maybe not a full-on gimmick change, but him just being Mike Awesome, maybe that could do something for him too. In that same breath, but we will have El Samurai and Jushin Liger versus Ultimate Dragon in Super Astro. You might be wondering, well, these guys are teaming up on the final show. Why are they facing off against each other? Well, this is a rematch from, what was that, the Super Power Series, that's right, where they had a time limit draw, and it felt like this was a great chance to do the rematch. We're doing it here, and El Samurai is going to beat Super Astro, but then afterwards, both teams are going to shake hands. It's a hard-fought victory, and it's kind of like everybody kind of respects each other at that point. It's like, all right, we found out who was the better team that night, shaking hands and just being like, all right, this is where we're at. We might actually have this be the co-main, because I think that's going to be a better matchup, honestly. Which is kind of weird to say, since Masao and Kobashi's in it. But we saw that was on 94 when we did it then, so it should be around the same here. But yeah, some nice little angles happening. We rarely do that. So that's nice. But for the next matchup, probably this Too Cold Scorpio Great Sasuke Blonde Squad or Blonde Bombers matchup, as Chris Candido is going to be Too Cold Scorpio there in 20 minutes. Not bad at all. Then we got the K&M Express versus the Holy Demon Army, which is going to be Doug Furnace and Phil LaFont against Masato Fuchi and Masato Tanaka. Dan Crawford going to get the win of the Steal the Show matchup. So then we're going to have Sano against Machizuki. Obviously, Naoki Sano's going to get the win. First time matchup, though, for those two. And then Masashi Iwagi is going to lose to Timon Honda. We're still trying to put Timon Honda up out of the unimportant phase. Then George Takano. In Teo Kia's, George Takano is going to beat him. Obviously, Young Lion losing there. But yeah, show's pretty much laid out. I'm feeling good. Feeling good, especially about that the main and co-main. I think that should deliver. Well, the 55 for George Takano beating Teo Kia 9:33. Kind of crazy. Teo Kia almost outperformed him, so that's not a great sign if you're George Takano. And then Timon Honda winning with a German suplex. He gets a 53, outperforms him. That's a good sign, at least for Timon Honda. Should be getting better. Naoki Sano with a scoop brainbuster over Machizuki. Naoki Sano's the man. Was no surprise there of his performance. It's been pretty fantastic. And 80 here for the K&M Express versus the Holy Demon Army of Masato Fuchi and Masato Tanaka. Not to be confused, obviously, with Taue and Kawada. Dan Crawford, though, winning with the Cobra Clutch over Masato Tanaka. Yeah, I mean, obviously a hell of a performance from Fuchi. Outperformed Doug Furnace because of the excellent chemistry boost, but yeah, the K&M Express rolling right along. Getting a nice win against the Holy Demon Army team before their tag team title matchup. Oh, damn, 74, so yeah, this should have been before that. Too Cold Scorpio, the Great Sasuke, losing to the Blonde Bombers as Candido pinning Too Cold Scorpio with the Blonde Bombshell. Wrong guy won. For sure, Candido, worst guy in the match. Worst team, for sure, Candido and Jericho, so that probably should have went to Sasuke and Too Cold Scorpio. 94 for Kobashi Masao against the Gladiator and Big Titan, which is crazy because, yeah, Big Titan's not even doing that bad, but again, feels like we could do something more with Mike Awesome, and maybe this change is exactly what he needs. But Kobashi with the Orange Crush over Big Titan, the Awesome Bomb. Thought about doing an Awesome Bomb from the ring to the floor through a table, but that'd probably be a little nuts, and that bump's a terrible idea. It's awesome to watch, but Jesus Christ, I really don't want to ask somebody to take that bump, especially somebody the size of Big Titan. That's a big dude to be going through the air like that to the ground. As El Samurai and Jushin Liger beating Ultimate Dragon Super Astros. El Samurai with the Samurai Bomb. Great performance here. It was relatively close. As far as, it was only like a 2-point difference when you add it all up for Super Astro and Ultimate Dragon being the better team. But yeah, loved it. Thought that went over pretty well. And they shake hands with the hard-fought victory. Put an extra H on there. Now, for some reason, when I was putting that angle in, the keyboard delay was really, really bad. So I'm surprised there's nothing worse than just an extra H on there. But yes, that was a nice little angle. That's 87 for the main event. Hashimoto pinning John Ace with the jumping spike DDT. It's a great performance for the Three Musketeers, first of all. 2 80s and an 89. And as far as 74, 71, and 83 for Stan Hansen, not a bad main event. Oh, yeah, I mean, probably should have stuck with my guns here as far as Masao and Kobashi and the Gladiator Titans. As far as that probably should have been the co-main, but honestly, that should have been the main. This should have been the co-main. This should have been right before the co-main, but obviously, with that being the main event angle, we wanted that to go on last. But a solid show. Solid start to the tour. And on to night 2 we go. Alrighty, night 2, as backstage incidents. Liger is brought before wrestler's court, accused of making a mess backstage and not cleaning it up, as annoying everyone else. The judge stands and finally get the incidents to clean it up in the mud drinks after the show. I'm assuming he's taking the blame for somebody else. Now, that does not sound like something usually Thunder Liger would do, and then Tao is passing on psychology tips to Masato Tanaka. As a man, again, the junior division just fucking rules. For the main event, I mean, it would probably make sense to have the junior heavyweight title matchup be the main. So that's probably what we'll do. We're gonna give him a little bit of time. We're gonna have it be a little back and forth matchup, as Sasuke's gonna beat him though, making that his second defense, the junior heavyweight title. Hansen Spivey, it's Chono Muto can be the co-main, as Hansen's gonna beat Chono there in 20 minutes. That's a great win for Hansen Spivey though. Then we'll have, we'll probably have a junior 6-man here. Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro, and El Samurai. Then against Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, and Wild Pegasus. Dean Malenko's going to beat Super Astro there in 20. Terry Funk and Brad Armstrong against Hashimoto and Liger. First of all, that match rules. Hashimoto's going to beat Terry Funk, though, in 20 minutes. Oh, part of me wants to maybe put that up higher. I think that match is going to rule. Yeah, we'll put it above there. Then we'll have Flash at Smash, Miracle Von's Connection, heavyweight tag team matchup. First of all, these 4 men in the same ring would also rule. But Doc's going to get the win. Doesn't matter who he's going to pin, if it's going to be Norton or Ranigans. But Terry Gordy still can't perform a tag match that goes over 60 minutes. Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki against the Tactical Tactician Squad. This is going to be a nice win for Hayabusa here. We need to steal the show matchup, so I guess it will be this. Which is fine by me. But Hayabusa's going to get the win. First time meeting, though, I believe. Oh, no, it's not. This is, they've had 2 matches so far. So that's crazy that the Giant Series in 94, they actually won. The Tactical Tactician Squad over Hayabusa and Shinzaki. Then they got the win back, and that was the last time they faced off against each other as far as 2v2-wise. A long time coming for the trilogy. Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki will be getting the win. So Takeo Mori against Kazuchika Fujita. Takeo Mori's going to win, obviously, and then Osamu Nishimura going to be beating Firecat. Obviously, Firecat's run with us is coming to an end, so we're going to try to help build some guys as we can, because Osamu Nishimura is back down to unrecognizable. But yeah, I mean, I think this show, it's not going to be as solid as the previous show, because that previous show was pretty nuts. But all around, I still think this is going to be a pretty solid show. Kind of want to run this. Where the Japanese professional basketball, the Sendai 89ers play. Yeah, let's do that. I know it cost a couple extra thousand, but I like to see more people in there. Plus, it's a new venue, so that's always fun. So 43 for the opener. Jesus Christ. So Osamu Nishimura, though, and Firecat, they do have great chemistry, so that's awesome. But yeah, he gets a 63, which is really, really good. But yeah, just unfortunate that, again, they're not over, so there's that. So 52, though, for Takeo Mori and Kazuchika Fujita, as the back-to-belly power driver from Takeo Mori over Kazuchika Fujita at 939. As a 75 for Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki against Shinichi Funaki and Minoru Tanaka. Honestly, a bit believable if you would have gave the Tactician Squad the win here, but, you know, Hayabusa, obviously, looking to become junior heavyweight champion again, and Jinsei Shinzaki's getting better, but he's still not that level as Funaki and Tanaka are here because of their excellent chemistry, but solid matchup, though. Solid matchup for sure. It's Miracle Von's Connection, beating Flash and Smash, Doc with the Dr. Bomb. You'll love to see it. Doc rules, though, obviously. What a run he had as heavyweight champion, though, and now he's kind of pivoting away from that scene for a little bit. Malenko, though, tapping out Super Astro with a Texas Relief at 87 here. Shout out Malenko and Ultimate Dragon, just kicking ass. 86 for Terry Funk and Brad Armstrong against Liger and Hashimoto. Right team wins here as Hashimoto with a jumping spike DT over Terry Funk. So 91 for Hansen Spivey against Chono and Muto, as Hansen pinning Masahiro Chono with a lariat. Obviously the wrong team wins, but I wanted to build up Stan Hansen, obviously for his upcoming title match with Kaiji Muto. 78 for the Junior Heavyweight title. Matchup here is Sasuke beating Chris Jericho with a Thunderfire Powerbomb. I had a feeling it was going to not be on the same level, obviously, as all the other Junior Heavyweight title matches because it's not on the final show. So it's, going to be treated like a tour show and a tour show match. But I didn't think it was going to be a 78 bad. I thought it was at least still going to be in the 80s. So that's unfortunate. But gives Sasuke a second defense. And overall, that was actually a really good match. It just, if this was going to be at a normal show, it would have been even better. But it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, what a show going up into that title matchup. Title matchup kind of derailed it, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I still defend that being the main because it's a Junior Heavyweight title matchup. Just is what it is. I'll be on to night 3 we go. We're just rolling right along here. Alright, night 3. As backstage incidents, it's Taz and Stan Hansen accused of moaning about stuff all the time backstage. Bowing on ourselves was Taz. As the judge, Stan Hansen, found him guilty and sentenced to shut up or cheer up on my drinks after the show. And Tawai passing on psychology tips to Masato Tanaka. So the main event for this show, it's a good question. Probably it's either got to be Liger and Ultimate Dragon against Pegasus D. Malenko or this British Combat Club Los Bravano matchup. I'm gonna go with this match, Liger and Ultimate Dragon, though, against Wild Pegasus D. Malenko. What a match, first of all. Second of all, Liger and Ultimate Dragon will win, as Ultimate Dragon's going to beat Wild Pegasus. British Combat Club versus Los Bravado, as we did this. Was that the Super J Cup? Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, it was a 90 when we did it then. Don't think it's going to be that good now, but Regal's going to beat Vampiro here. Nice little win back for the British Combat Club. Then we'll have, it is pretty abysmal after that, Masawa and Kobashi against the Kano brothers. Another win for Kobashi and Masawa. Gan-Am, India Express versus the Holy Demon Army, as Fuchi's going to beat the Great Gama in 17 minutes there. It's the Gladiator. Not anymore. He will be Mike Awesome here, as he's going to get the win, dominating Super Strong Machine. Basically a squash. As let's change that now. The Gladiator, no more. As we'll see what picture we can use for Mike Awesome here. There should be one. I was hoping there'd be like an EC. Yeah, that's close enough. That's WCW. Yeah, this will work. Actually, let's go with this one. I know it's like 99 2000 here, WCW, but that'll work. Oh, forgot the most important part. He's back to being Mike Awesome. We'll just copy. Hell yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Actually hitting yes on that. Did we? Okay, I'm about to say he's got the awesome splash. I don't really like that as an Uber finisher because he doesn't really need that as an Uber finisher. He kind of just could use that as like a. Well, I don't know which. Oh, I believe it's this one would be his secondary. Oh, I'm an idiot. There we go. Hell yeah. Alright, so we got that settled. Yeah, Mike Awesome. Fuck yeah. So then, Iizuka versus Taz can go here. Let's have this be the Steal the Show matchup. As Iizuka's gonna get the win here. Tough thing about Taz, like he just can't catch a break, it seems like. Kojima against Tomohiro Ishii. First of all, this match would rule, but obviously in the state that Tomohiro Ishii's in right now, it's not going to be that good of a match, but at least it's a nice win for Satoshi Kojima. Then they kick off the show. We're going to have Masato Tanaka beat Giant Baba to try and get Masato Tanaka out of the unimportant phase yet again. So yeah, an undercard full of singles matches. We get a Mike Awesome squash. You love it. Oh, goddamn. About to exit out the whole thing. As, let's go with... I kind of want to do the Hiroshima Sun Plaza. It's not right now. Yeah, the Star Lanes. Works for me. Here we go. Well, 50. Could have been worse. Masato Tanaka's gotten really good. With a 60 there. That's awesome to see. That also kind of makes sense. Because, yeah, around 1997, he would start to become a really good talent. So, that's awesome. Tornado DDT for Masato Tanaka, though, in 10-18. It's good stuff. Good stuff. It's a 50 for Satoshi Kojima and Tomohiro Ishii, but again, you know, Kojima's the man. Tomohiro Ishii, not so much. As a reverse pile driver from Kojima over Ishii there in 10-27. Blockbuster hold for Mazuka and Taz. As far as Azuka beating Taz with that blockbuster hold. 63 for Azuka, 53 for Taz. That makes sense. Mike Awesome with the Awesome Bomb over a Super Strong Machine. I think it's because it went too short. Is why that match kind of got... Oh, yeah, it's cold crowd, too. Damn. Love it, though. love a good squash match. We rarely get to do that on here, but, yeah, that would have ruled. Fuchi tapping out the Great Gun with the SDF. Solid matchup here. Holy Demon Army, obviously, the much better team. Thanks to the Great Gama pulling down the Can-Am Express. I would love if we can get a Mexican heavyweight so we could do the North American Express instead of this Great Gama experiment that we're hanging on to with the Can-Am India Express. It's dumb. Kobashi Masawa having a great performance here against the Kano brothers. Yeah, George Takano is falling down a slippery slope. He was really off his game here, but still, a 48 is pretty god-awful for somebody that's been here forever. 77 for the 6-man of the British Combat Club against Los Pavano. Steven Regal pinning Vampiro with the Regal Plex. It's good stuff, yeah. Norman Smiley, best guy in the match. All around, you know, back and forth matchup there. Everybody around the same. It's just Norman a little bit better than everybody else. But Ed at least was close. He was at 79 there. That's not bad. And then 78 for our main event. Crazy this was only a 78 again. The crowd we could not win it over. Somehow, as Ultimo Dragon pinning, or rather submitting, Wild Pegasus with the Dragon Sleeper. Hell of a match. Liger and Ultimo Dragon teaming up obviously rules, and like a dream pairing there, and you love it. Love it. I'm still fine with that show, because that show, just because we could not get it to where we needed it to, it definitely would have been a lot better had we had this as the Steel Show matchup instead, probably. Instead of that. Or even Azuka and Taz, but it is what it is. I'm just glad nobody got hurt. As on to Night 4 we go. Alright, Night 4, so we got a backstage incident. It's Taue again, passing on, this time selling to Spiritual Masato Tanaka. So the main event for this show, as far as for Night 4, probably this big-ass 10-man tag, is the Three Musketeers, with Shudo of Yamasaki and Satoru Sayama against the Blonde Squad, as Candido's going to beat Satoru Sayama. It's kind of crazy how bad Candido's gotten. Sprawlings went down, as Pro Wrestlers actually stay the same, Hardcore stay the same, it's aerial, flashiness, and stamina's all went down, that's what it was, which is just crazy to think that he was at a 58 at one point and now 54. He's still 25 years old, but I think just the drug use, the injuries also caught up to him. I think he's cracked his ribs twice. He's had shoulder pain. He's whiplash. He's been through a lot. For sure. And also his star qualities also went down. You know what? Hopefully, I think the rehab stint helped him out in the long run. But it's going to be tough to really tell as far as going forward. We're going to try and still, because it's crazy. He been the Young Wrestler of the Year 3 times in a row. Man had all the potential in the world, and it just has kind of squandered now. Hopefully he can get his shit together and get on the right track here. So as far as the co-main, we got we're splitting up the tag team, the All-Asia tag team title matchup and the singles matches here. So Regal and Headhunter A, Norman Smiley and Headhunter B. We'll go with Regal and Headhunter A first, as Headhunter A is going to beat Steven Regal. a bit unhappy about that, which will mean obviously Norman's going to beat Headhunter B. Then we'll have, I guess this Choshu Kashinaka Masawa Kanemoto matchup can go here. Koji Kanemoto's going to beat Shiro Kashinaka in 18 minutes. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll let it ride. As then the Miracle Vines Alliance, so I'm assuming that's going to be 6-man, yes, as Doc, Terry Gordy, and Taz against Ten Koji and Yuji Nagata's Doc's going to get the win there. That should be a fun matchup, though. Now, Los Bravano against the Technical Technician Squad in a Junior 6-man tag. Psychosis going to be Shinjiro Otani there. As I've been loving Psychosis and could use a win in that matchup. Then we'll probably do Takayama Breverengens first. Breverengens is going to get the win over Takayama and Takeo Mori beating Teo Kia in 10 minutes. It's an interesting show because really the main event, it's not major, but it definitely makes sense for it to be the main event. If that makes sense. And then, the two singles matches as the co-main and the match before the main, or the match before the co-main, rather, should go over pretty well. See how it goes. 63 for the opener. Takeo Mori beating Teo Kia of the Lariat in 10:28. Not bad at all. 59 for Breverengens over Yoshiro Takayama. It's the chicken wing arm lock for Breverengens over Yoshiro Takayama. And 10:10. A 74 for Los Bravano against the Technical Technician Squad as Vampiro, Damien, and Psychosis doing a really good job there. Even though Damien and Psychosis were both off their games. Otani did outperform Psychosis, so there is that. I got the crowd buzzing, though, at least. So there is that. There's a positive with that one. The 74, again, as Taz, Terry Gordy, and Doc. This is just Doc carrying everybody in this matchup here. As a backdrop driver from Doc over Kojima. Fun match, though. Just, Jesus Christ. As far as not even close for anybody else trying to get to Steve Williams' level. It's Choshu and Kashinaka taking on Masawa and Kanemoto, as Kanemoto losing to a moonsault, or winning rather with a moonsault over Shiro Kashinaka. Has 86-85 from Masawa and Kanemoto. That's kind of crazy. As, Kashinaka with a 60 and a 45 for Riki Choshu, who's just, I'm surprised, has not retired yet. So 78 for Norman Smiley and Headhunter B. Obviously, Norman, the better guy, gets the win there in 20 minutes of the Norman Conquest. That gets a 78. A 79 for Regal and Headhunter A. At least this one was a little bit closer. I figured it would. Headhunter A seems to be the better of the two. He gets the one with the diving leg drop to it. Pretty solid matchup there. The co-main. Damn, main event. As Stan Hansen, he did get hurt on a UWFI show, which is unfortunate. So that sucks. He's got chronic upper back pain. Hopefully he'll be healed up by the time we run our show. It's going to be close, I think. It just sucks that we couldn't get an 80-plus matchup there. Crazy that Masawa and Kanemoto against Choshu and Kashinaka was the best thing on this card. Well, I guess that and Headhunter A and Steven Regal, which that makes sense at least. Yeah, at least no one's gotten hurt from our shows. It sucks that Hansen got hurt from another show. That's what happens, so when you don't want to sign an exclusive deal, you risk that happening for sure. As, we just have nights 5, 6, and 7 left, as far as from the tour show perspective, so almost there. Alrighty, night 5. As they got us back on the start lanes. I'm not sure about all that. My God, we just keep on having wrestlers scored. As Tommy Rogers accused of being an hour late to pick up his assigned travel partner, the judge stands and found him guilty and says him pay his travel partner's meals for the next 3 shows. And again, Tawai passing on something. Psychology tips to Masato Tanaka. So the main event for this show. It's a good question. As, that would make sense, I guess. Liger and El Samurai against Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero. I don't think that probably should be the main, though. This probably 6-man could work. Blonde Squad against Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono, and Yuki Sano. Chono's going to beat Johnny Ace, so a nice win for the Three Musketeers / Yuki Sano side. Man, and now I really don't know if it should be Hase and Kashinaka against Masawa and Kanemoto, or even Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki against the race. Well, that probably shouldn't be the go-main. We're going to go with this. We're going to go with the Fighting World Choshu against Masawa and Kanemoto, as Koji Kanemoto will be beating Shiro Kashinaka. Then we'll have Samurai and Liger against Dean and Eddie. Steal the show matchup, which is crazy. As, El Samurai going to be beating Eddie Guerrero, which is huge. Massive win there. Hayabusa, Jinsei Shinzaki against the Great Sasuke. Too Cold Scorpio, as Jinsei Shinzaki is going to be beating Too Cold Scorpio. That's pretty nuts. As then. So we'll probably go with this Big Titan Aoyagi match. Big Titan's going to win in 10 minutes, so it's not a full-on squash, but he at least gets a win since his breakup of, I guess maybe not breakup, well, I guess that's probably the best way to go about it, actually, the breakup of the Gladiator Titans. So, yeah, we'll go with Akira Muhammad Yon, or Yone, rather, Jesus, says Muhammad Yone, losing to Akira, because obviously he's still a young lion. Jericho beating Kazuki Fujita after losing in his junior heavyweight title matchup just a couple of days ago. He had a nice little bounce back win. Then Choshu and Ishii, Shun Akiyama, and Takeya Omori. Takeya Omori going to get the win in 10 minutes there. Interesting card. That's for sure. Whole lot of different vibes for sure. But the junior heavyweight matches should deliver, because they seem like they always do. No, we don't want to use Wakayama Fractional Gym here. Yeah, we'll run the Nakajima Sports Center for this Night 5 show. So 64 for the opener. So I'm surprised it was even a 64. But that's just a great performance from Jun Akiyama and Takeya Omori. As specifically Jun Akiyama, though, with a 73. That's super impressive. As the, Takeya Omori with the back-to-belly pile driver there. In 10 minutes, Jericho beating Kazuki Fujita with a Lion Tamer. It's a good win for Jericho. Kazuki Fujita came off his game. Death break is Akira beating Muhammad Yone with a submission in 9:54. Big Titan beating Masashi Aoyagi with the Exploder in 10 minutes. He gets a 68, though. It could have been worse. 77 for Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki against Too Cold Scorpio in the Great Sasuke. Interesting, because obviously Hayabusa the best guy in the match, but Too Cold Scorpio and the Great Sasuke did better than Shinzaki. But again, we're trying to build up Jinsei Shinzaki. It's a great win over Too Cold Scorpio. There's El Samurai pinning Eddie Guerrero with the Samurai Bomb. I don't know how I feel about this. That was a tough one to really decide, because Dean and Eddie and Chris and even Brad Armstrong, they've kind of been losing a little bit too much during this tour, but I'll allow it type of thing. I think this was still a good performance, and sure, the wrong team probably won looking at the performance ratings, but it is what it is. Plus, I wanted to give El Samurai a win back after losing to Eddie during the J Cup, too, so there is that. But Kanemoto and Masawa beating Hiroshiase and Shirakawa Shinaka. Obviously, everybody's in this match are doing really well, but Kashinaka there, which is why he takes the moonsault in 20 minutes. And 87, though, for the Blonde Squad against Naoki Sano and Masahiro Chono and Kaiji Muto. It's actually a really good performance from the six-man team of Naoki Sano, Chono, and Kaiji Muto. There is that. But, yeah, Chono pinning Johnny Ace with the Yakuza kick. Good stuff. Good stuff. Dan Hansen's injury. Yeah, it's actually a lot longer than I thought it was. I didn't check. I thought it was just going to be like a couple of weeks. It's actually going to be 2 months that he's going to deal with that injury. So that's going to suck to deal with, especially with the big-time main event he has. And it's just unfortunate that happens. But again, it's my own fault for having him not on a exclusive deal. But yeah, on to Night 6 we go. Alright, Night 6, as they got us back in Chubu for this. It's interesting as Taue is passing on psychology to Masato Tanaka. It's always something. As now we're going to have Hayabusa take on Too Cold Scorpio and Jinsei Shinzaki taking on the Great Sasuke to go with a couple of singles matches there. Obviously, the number one contendership matchup, Miracle Vine's Connection against Masawa and Kobashi, will probably be the main. But also, we have a big-ass 10-man tag as well on this card. So that should be fun. As, boy, I think we've kind of ran everywhere that we need to. So it looks like it is to the, but where's the fucking, I thought we had a 4,000-seater one. Alright, well, we'll go with the Wakayama Fractional Gym. Is that 99? Oh wow, it is. It's crazy. Yeah, this is a big-ass 10-man, so it's going to be basically taking 2 matches into 1 again, as it's going to be Big Titan with Brad Armstrong, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, Wild Pegasus, taking on Mike Awesome, Shushin Liger, El Samurai, Super Astro, and Ultimo Dragon. So that's not going to be the main, that's a fun co-main. I'll just add it now because I already talked about the matchup. It's going to be a double count out between Big Titan and Mike Awesome. They're going to be colliding on the outside and just going up the ramp and going into the crowd. Big ass brawl. They brawl in the ring. It just turns into a fucking pure six brawl. It's crazy. It takes a couple of refs to sort things out. It's nuts. The bell's ringing. They're still not stopping. It's a goddamn shit show. It's Masato and Kobashi beating Miracle Bonds Connection. It's a great win for Masawa and Kobashi there. Kenta Kobashi in Masawa potentially could take on the Holy Demon Army in the near future. Either that or the Can-Am Express, depending on how that match plays out. So we got the... I'm trying to think what would be the best case scenario here. Because I think it should be Hayabusa, Too Cold Scorpio here, which Hayabusa is going to be Too Cold, which would mean Sasuke is going to beat Jinsei Shinzaki. I think a lot of people probably saw that one coming. And the Blonde Squad against Shudo, Junior Six-Man Hero, besides Johnny Ace, as Candido, again, getting a win. We're trying to salvage it. We probably shouldn't, actually. Let's change that. Nuki Sano getting the win over Chris Candido. Fuck it. Nuki Sano's definitely deserves some wins, so I'm cool with that. Six-man tag as Flash Smash and Bash against Jun Akiyama and No Fear. Is Manabu Nakanishi going to beat Takayama there? That's a big win for Nakanishi. Then Hase over Teo Kia. And Gensuke Sasaki against Machizuki, which, what a fun match that would be. That is completely two different styles. Machizuki's going to try to kick the shit out of him, and Gensuke just going to murder him with a lariat. Love it. Love it. It's a solid show, actually. Again, a lot of singles matches we've booked on this tour. But I'm okay with it, especially with the undercard being, Young Lion matches. And then, it makes sense why we're doing these singles matches. Not like they're just kind of random. But yeah, Kensuke Sasaki getting the one with the Stranglehold Goblin, 10 minutes. Not bad at all. 71 for Hase and Teo Kia. Throw light suplex from Hase there. It's good stuff from the Hase Kensuke Sasaki team. And the six-man of Flash, Smash, and Bash against Akiyama and No Fear. As Manabu Nakanishi with the Torture Rack on Takayama, even though he was slightly outperformed. The wrong team won, but at least we're trying to build up Manabu Nakanishi, so I don't really hate that finish. It kind of is what it is. Blonde Squad against Shudo, and Nuki Sano pinning Candido with a scoop brainbuster. Oh, there we go. Candido's getting better. That's nice to see. Probably could have had them at least beat Sayama or Sama Nishimura. But yeah, that was a nice match, actually. Really good. 73 for Sasuke and Jinsei Shinzaki. The Thunderfire Powerbomb for the great Sasuke. Getting the win in 18 minutes. And the Steel Show matchup was the Falcon Arrow from Hayabusa and over Too Cold Scorpio in 11:56. Good stuff there from Hayabusa. Obviously, he's going to perform at a pretty high level. I figured that finish was going to be bad. I didn't think it was going to be a 27 bad. Holy shit. Which is hilarious, because you ever see any old All Japan stuff from the 80s, late 80s specifically, you'll see a lot of double countouts, double DQs, because, it's about protecting guys, and not trying to get a finish, especially during, the tag league and shit. They didn't give a shit. They were just like, this is, and the crowd loved it, though. Here, I do not love it at all. It's not even close to being a fun finish. That's crazy. Well, we get it back there with a 97 somehow. What a change of pace from a 27 to a 97. As Kobashi pinning Terry Gordy with the Orange Crush. Great performance from Masao and Kobashi. Great performance from Doc. Tough break about Terry Gordy just kind of being the shits, but it is what it is. We get a hell of a main event out of it, though. It's a 94. That's so funny. That is fucking hilarious. Well, that's how you save a show right there with a great main event. Now on to the final tour show. Night 7 is upon us. And hopefully, again, nobody gets injured and we have a successful show. Alright, the final tour show. Let's see what we get. To Shinya Hashimoto. Let's put over Chris Candido. Wow. Very nice of him. Don't think we'll ever be able to do that, but we might figure something out. Yeah, we'll run Kanto since we're going to run the Tokyo Dome and it'll definitely be a sellout, so that's fine by me. They got us at the Yokohama Cultural Gymnasium, though. That's interesting. Kind of want to run Cork and Hall. Let's do it. because it is Cork and all. Very much a lot of respect for that place. As a main event, though, Stan Hansen with the British Combat Club against Kaiji Muto and the Headhunters. Stan Hansen's going to beat Headhunter A. Hate that finish now that Stan Hansen's hurt, but we're just going to roll with it. Not that big of a deal. Terry Funk and the Big Titan against Mike Awesome and Scott Norton. What a fun team Mike Awesome and Scott Norton would be. As Terry Funk's going to beat Scott Norton in 20 minutes, though, however. Just because he's the worst guy in the match. Figured that'd be the best guy to lose. Then we got a 6-man. That's probably going to be a little lower, actually. I think this should probably be the next matchup here. 6-man of Technical Tactician Squad, but instead of Otani, it's going to be Timon Honda in this matchup. And Los Pavanos going to get the win again, as Vampiro's going to beat Timon Honda. Don't know how I feel about that. That kind of is a bit of a shit finish, for being honest. Tengoji against Shuji Nakano, George Nakano, Shinichi Nakano. Shuji Nakano's going to get the win in 10 minutes. Great win for Blue Justice. So we have basically splitting 2 matches into one here. We could have went with, obviously, Kensuke Sasaki and Hiroshi Hase against Asaka and Hosaka at a tag match, but figured this would be better to split it up and singles matches. So Kensuke's going to get the win in 10 minutes, which will also mean Hase will be getting the win in 10 minutes as well. And then the debut of some young lions, as I think this will be the better one, Azuka versus Ogawa. Naoya Ogawa, of course, high-level Judokan, is the man. It's crazy that he's considered a young lion, because he probably shouldn't be at being 29 years old. Kind of wish we let him kind of be able to win some matches. So that sucks. But I think that should be a good match, though. Azuka's going to get the win. And then Riki Choshu over Togi Makabe, a.k.a. Shinya Makabe. Figured just call him Togi Makabe right off the rip. Just makes things a lot easier. Choshu's going to get the win. That match is probably going to suck, though. But we'll see. That's a great... I mean, debuting in Cork and Hall is a pretty big deal for these young lions here. Yeah, Togi Makabe with 13. I don't know what it is about Makabe and Ishii, but they are just terrible to start off for us in these young lion matches. This cooled the crowd. This was abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Choshu getting the win via submission, but Azuka over Ogawa. As Azuka with the blockbuster hold in 10 minutes over Ogawa. Glad we had Ogawa be the top match over Makabe, because yeah, that match was terrible. The Golden Arm Bomber from Hiroshi Hase over Satoru Asako in 9:32. It's a great win for Hiroshi Hase there. And then a 72 for Kensuke Sasaki over Hideki Ozaka. It's the Northern Lights Bomb. It's a great win for Kensuke. We're just kind of slow rolling Kensuke Sasaki and Hiroshi Hase now. They really got nothing going on story-wise, and just figured might as well have them get some wins on the undercard while we're kind of mulling about. Yuji Nagata tapping out Shinichi Nakano with a crossface and 10-10. It's a good match. Shinichi Nakano was still the best guy in the match. But yeah, it was a solid little undercard match. Not bad at all. So, I don't know why. There we go. 71 for the Junior 6-man. Vampiro over Timon Honda with a nail in the coffin. Vampiro was the best guy, and Timon Honda was the worst guy. Well, actually, it was Psychosis, but probably should have gave that to the Tactical Technician Squad since they just lost to him a couple shows ago. Kind of why I didn't really like that finish, but it is what it is. Not the biggest deal as far as having them lose like that. Terry Funk and Big Titan beating Scott Norton and Mike Awesome. First of all, that's a great little pairing, Big Titan and Terry Funk, as far as 78 and 71. That's not bad at all. Terry Funk's able to spinning toe hold over Scott Norton. What a pop. As that's the finish. And Headhunter A breaks his ankle. Unreal. Right at the end of the tour. Injury like that. Yeah, that's brutal. That is brutal. Fuck. Well, not sure exactly who will replace, if we'll go with Vampiro and Headhunter B or what we'll do, but I'm assuming he's not going to be able to perform at the final show, which sucks, but it is what it is. That's what we get for risking it all there in the main event. It's a solid match, at least an 80 there, and Kaiji Muto did well. Even the Headhunters did well performance-wise. Really, everybody did well, but Stan Hansen just unfortunate. The fucking All Asia Tag Team title matchup is going to get kind of nicked down a little bit because of an injury. The main event title matchup is going to get nicked down because of because of an injury, rather, as well. And it's just, it is what it is. It's the price we pay for having a schedule like we have. But yeah, on to the final show. we go. Alright, the Summer Action Series final show is here. What a fucking card. We could have had, barring injuries, but it should still be a fun show. It should be, as far as, should still see some great matchups. Oh man, that, it bums me out that the Great Muta, the Great Nita matchup sucked because of the crowd, because that would have ruled, but that's besides the point. Tokyo Dome, of course. For this show, main event, of course. Kaiju Muto, Stan Hansen, in the main event. Now, some interesting development here. It's going to be an interference. It's going to be Masahiro Chono interfering, helping Kaiju Muto get the win. And afterwards, post-show, we got as far as Chono and Muta, they're celebrating in the ring as far as their win and what they've done. And Hashimoto comes out here, and he's just kind of like, what the, is shaking his head and just trying to be like, what, why was that the plan? Like, why was I not kind of cued in? And, just Chono and Muta just like, that was a need-to-know basis type of thing. You weren't going to be involved, so we figured we didn't have to clue you in. Yeah, because, the underlying story of that, there is an underlying story there as far as remember who was the All-Asia Heavyweight Champion before Kaiju Muto. And that's, you could definitely tell, not feeling the cheating to win is Shinya Hashimoto there. But Kaiju Muto and Masahiro Chono, they're just kind of like, as any means necessary now. Kind of, as far as abusing their power a little bit, as far as Kaiju Muto is. As Hashimoto is unhappy what took place. Muto to win. There we go. So, something like that. I will go entertainment. That works for me. Perfect. Yeah, so the tag team title matchup between the K-Nam Express and the Holy Demon Army. As the Holy Demon Army will retain. I think this was the right choice here. This is just... we also have Ted Tanabe here. Ted Tanabe is the man. Hell's a ref. As, I kind of want to have Masasato, not road agent. This will have it be Jumbo. Yeah, great win for the Holy Demon Army there. 32-minute matchup, giving them a lot of time. Think it's going to be well-deserved, and should be a banger. Junior Heavyweight title matchup, Hayabusa versus the Great Sasuke. Sasuke's going to win and retain. It's a great win for Sasuke, first of all. Second of all, you got to find somebody that's a better agent for him. We'll have it be Sayama. Damn. Hayabusa's super unhappy. We won't keep him strong, but I guess I understand why. Hayabusa's probably going to outperform him, but... it is what it is. So, Vampiro will be taking Headhunter Ace place, because he is still not ready to go. Steven Regal is going to be beating him, though, in 20 minutes. Then we'll have that. We're just kind of changing things all the way around here. So that must say it'll be the road agent. But a successful defense for the British Combat Club there. Massive win. I will say this. I was very, very close to pulling the trigger on trying to sign Davey Boy Smith to add him into the British Combat Club. Really, really close. But his contract's just too crazy for somebody that we will probably not use, like, a whole lot. But yeah, that was a very, very close addition to the roster, for sure. That would have been crazy. Crazy for sure. But this junior heavyweight 8-man matchup, I just feel like they've always won, so we need to give them something, we need to give the champs something here. I think having Eddie beat Astro makes a lot of sense here. I think it does. I think that makes a lot of sense. So then Masahiro Chono, Shinya Hashimoto against Dan Spivey and the Blonde Squad of Dan Spivey and Johnny Ace. As Chono beating Johnny Ace here. Let's have it be Shinya Hashimoto, actually. Hashimoto getting the win. Then the Gladiator versus, well, not the Gladiator now, but the former Gladiator, FKA the Gladiator, Mike Awesome, against Big Titan. I hope this match, imagine they have, like, great chemistry or something like that. That's gonna rule. But yeah, Mike Awesome getting the win in 20 minutes. Then 2 Gold Scorpio, Jinsei Shinzaki started off, and 2 Gold Scorpio is going to beat Jinsei Shinzaki in 11 minutes. That is the card. Think it's going to be as well as it's going to be. Thanks to the injuries, it's going to be depleted a little bit. But that tag team title matchup probably is going to be the best thing on the card. If it wasn't for the angle, I probably would honestly put that as the main. Which is kind of funny because obviously, 2 belts on the line in that main event. But it just, we know it's not going to perform at the level that it could be. But there is that. So 2 Gold Scorpio with a Scorpio Splash over Jinsei Shinzaki. Sucks Shinzaki was off his game because this would have at least been in the 70s, but is what it is. 82. Oh, they do have great chemistry. Fuck yeah. It's Mike Awesome with an awesome bomb over Big Titan in 20 minutes. Fuck yeah. Love it. Absolutely love it. Great win for Mike Awesome. 89, yeah, for Chono and Hashimoto against Johnny Ace and Dan Spivey. Hashimoto pinning Johnny Ace with the jumping spike DDT. Hashimoto, best guy in the match. Fuck yeah. Got the crowd hotter, too. That's awesome to see. 90 for the 8-man. Gory special for Eddie Guerrero over Super Astro. 21-10. Probably would have just been a frog splash, but it is what it is. Hell of a fucking 8-man, though. A lot of talented guys in that matchup. Whole lot of talent. Worst guy in the match was an 80 out of 8 people. That's pretty nuts. Got the crowd hotter as well. So 99, holy shit. As the British Combat Club retain this Vampiro tapping out to the Regal stretch. That's their 5th defense of their All Asia Tag Team titles. Of course, they've been on an incredible run. Have the British Combat Club, and they just keep on rolling. It's a great performance there. And 86 for Hayabusa and the Great Sasuke. Sasuke making his 3rd defense of the Junior Heavyweight title. He wins for the Michinoku Driver, and that's a major win, first of all. And second of all, this is massive to really think as far as he's going to be the champ. He's going to be the junior champion, rather, going into the Best Super Juniors, and that's massive, absolutely massive to have that target on your back in the Best Super Juniors. But also, you're kind of guaranteed a main event spot throughout the tournament as well. So it comes with an upside too. There's another 99 and a World Tag Team title matchup. 4th defense for the Holy Demon Army here is Kawada with the Kawada Crab over Doug Furnace. Dan Crawford outperforming Kira Telway. That kind of rules. Yeah, what a match. What a match. Holy Demon Army, keeping it going. 89 for the main event. Fucking Stan Hansen. So sad. so fucking sad. Muda Lock probably wouldn't be the Muda Lock. Honestly, probably would have been Yakuza Kick into the moonsault. 1, 2, 3. But an 89 for the main event. Could have been worse, I guess, especially with that injury. And Hashimoto. Little, as far as the 3 Musketeers, not on the same page, it seems like. Looks like Kaiji Muto and Masahiro Chono are having a different approach than what Shinya Hashimoto is bringing to the table. That is an 89 for the show. Definitely, if we would have just went with the tag team title matchup in the main, this would have been way better, obviously, but I just couldn't do it. But Kaiji Muto's definitely going to give a lot of love for what he did in this matchup. Did a lot of the heavy lifting. Steven Regal could use some morale boosting, so we'll put him over, and then we'll put over Dan Crawford for his performance. What a great performance he had. Phenomenal stuff, but episode 50 is in the books, just like that. And what a show, though. We didn't really change, no titles changed hands. Crazy-ass Junior 8-man to kind of build up towards the Best Super Juniors as well, and Sasuke's the Junior Champ, and that's going to be a hell of a tournament, though. That's going to be, you're going to have some fantastic matches on that show, or on that tour, rather, that's for sure. As I'm not sure exactly how I want to go about it, if I want to have, because I want to say last year we do 2 blocks of 10? Yes. We'll probably do that again here, as, it should be a solid tournament, though, that's for sure. Excited to see how it plays out, and we'll catch you guys next time for that Best Super Juniors tournament. Take care, everyone.